Master manipulators are experts at two things: making you doubt your own perceptions and making everyone else believe their version of events. But they have one fatal weakness that makes them surprisingly easy to expose once you know what to look for. Today, I'm revealing the secret that destroys even the most skilled manipulator. I'm Madison Clark, author of Served Cold: 20 Stories of Perfect Revenge, and the secret to exposing master manipulators is this: they can't resist over-explaining their innocence to the wrong person. Let me tell you about Linda, whose sister-in-law Rebecca had been systematically destroying family relationships for 3 years through calculated lies and manufactured drama. Rebecca was a master manipulator, smooth, convincing, and always one step ahead of any direct confrontation. Rebecca would tell Linda's mother-in-law that Linda didn't want to host holidays, then tell Linda that her mother-in-law thought she was being selfish. She'd whisper to Linda's children that Daddy would be happier with a different wife, then act like their loving aunt when Linda entered the room. The manipulation was so sophisticated that Linda began doubting her own perceptions. Maybe she was being paranoid. Maybe Rebecca really was just trying to help the family communicate better. Maybe Linda was the problem. Here's what Linda discovered about master manipulators. They need someone to admire their cleverness. Rebecca couldn't resist explaining to her own sister how brilliantly she was managing the Linda situation and positioning herself as the family peacekeeper. Linda realized that Rebecca's need for validation was her weakness. Linda started asking indirect questions about family conversations, comparing different people's versions of the same events, and documenting every contradiction. The breakthrough came when Rebecca sent Linda a text message that was meant for her sister, detailing her strategy to make everyone see how toxic Linda really is, and outlining specific lies she planned to tell at upcoming family gatherings. But Linda didn't confront Rebecca directly with this evidence. Instead, Linda did something brilliant. She let Rebecca continue manipulating while secretly documenting every lie, every contradiction, and every instance of damage to family relationships. Linda gathered 6 months of evidence showing Rebecca's pattern of deliberate family destruction. Then, Linda crafted a detailed Facebook post with screenshots of Rebecca's manipulative messages and testimonials from family members who confirmed they'd been lied to. The post wasn't angry or accusatory. It was factual and protective. Linda ended with, "I love this family too much to let someone destroy it with lies. The truth is always simpler and kinder than deception." The response was immediate and devastating to Rebecca. Family members started sharing their own experiences of Rebecca's manipulation. The pattern became undeniable when presented as a complete picture rather than isolated incidents. Rebecca's manipulation power evaporated overnight because Linda had exposed the systematic nature of the lies. Rebecca tried to claim she was being attacked unfairly, but the evidence made denial impossible. This illustrates the fundamental principle for exposing master manipulators. Don't fight lies with truth. Fight patterns with evidence. One lie is debatable. A documented pattern of lies is undeniable. Master manipulators succeed by making each incident seem isolated and explainable. They rely on people not comparing notes or recognizing the systematic nature of their behavior. Once you document the pattern and present it comprehensively, their manipulation tactics become obviously malicious. The key insight Linda learned, and this applies to every manipulator in the stories throughout Served Cold, is that manipulators always reveal their true intentions to someone they trust. Your job is figuring out who that person is and how to access those revealing conversations. Sometimes it's text messages meant for other people. Sometimes it's phone calls they think aren't being heard. Sometimes it's bragging to friends or relatives about how cleverly they're handling situations. The methodology Linda used, patient documentation followed by comprehensive pattern exposure, works against any level of manipulation sophistication because it doesn't rely on catching manipulators in single lies. It relies on documenting their systematic approach to deception. The book Served Cold is $2.99 on Kindle, and it shows you exactly how to recognize manipulation patterns, document them properly, and expose them in ways that make denial impossible. These strategies work against even the most skilled manipulators. If someone is manipulating your family, workplace, or social relationships, don't try to out-manipulate them. Don't try to catch them in single lies. Document their patterns systematically, then expose the complete picture publicly. Click the link below and get served cold now. Learn how to make master manipulators expose themselves, document their systematic lies, and present evidence that destroys their credibility permanently. Because the secret to defeating master manipulators isn't being better at manipulation, it's being better at documentation.